So it's already been announced that the sequel or potential sequel to this movie might be coming out, written by Tarantino and directed by David Fincher, with Pitt in the lead role, is going to be released soon. But the 2019 Oscars, Parasite was a good movie, but just like Inglourious Basterds, was ripped off by The Hurt Locker for Best Picture. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should have won Best Film of 2019 because it's that good. There's about 7 or 8 movies going on. If you loved kind of music Hollywood and movie Hollywood and TV Hollywood of the 60s into the 70s, if you're a follower of the Manson case, where they do a revision of what could have happened on that night where Sharon Tate was murdered. Sharon Tate is the main character in this, along with 2 fictional characters. Now, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, this period comedy drama film was written and directed by Tarantino, produced by Columbia in association with Bonda Film Group, Heyday Films, and Visione Romantica, was distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. It's a co-production between the States, the United Kingdom, and China. The ensemble cast was just tremendous, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie, who plays Sharon Tate. Very luminous performance. Set in 1969 LA, the film follows a fading actor and his stunt double as he navigates the rapidly changing film industry, with a threat of the Tate murders looming. Announced in July 2017, it is Tarantino's first film not to involve Bob and Harvey Weinstein, as he ended a partnership with the brothers following the sexual abuse allegations against Harvey. After a bidding war, the film was distributed by Sony, which met Tarantino's demands, including Final Cut. Pitt, DiCaprio, Robbie, Zoe Bell, Kurt Russell, and others joined the cast between January and June 2018. Principal photography lasted about 5 months around LA. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is the final film to feature Luke Perry, who died on March 4, 2019, and is dedicated to his memory. Now, other key actors in this one, including Emile Hirsch, Margaret Qualley, Timothy Olyphant, Austin Butler, Dakota Fanning, Bruce Dern, and Al Pacino. Cinematography by Robert Richardson. Production companies again, China, UK, US. Release dates at Cannes, May 21st, 2019, in July in the United States, and August in the United Kingdom. A very fast 161 minutes. Cost nearly $100 million to make and grossed $392 million at the box office. Now, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood premiered at the 2019 Cannes Film Festival, and again did mostly $400 million worldwide, received acclaim for critics, although historical accuracies and artists were criticized. Now, here's the problem. It's a fictional movie, but just like Inglourious Basterds, they rejigged the Manson case. You have to see it for yourself. But let me tell you something. It really works, because for those who believe the Mansons could have been stopped, if there was a stuntman and his actor friend alive, maybe he wouldn't be killed. It's like Tarantino's parallel universe science fiction tropes. The National Board Review and American Film Institute named it one of their top 10 films of 2019, and also won the Golden Globe for Best Picture Comedy. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was nominated for 10 awards at the 92nd Academy Awards, winning 2, Best Supporting Actor for Pitt, and Best Production Design, and received numerous other accolades. It has since been considered as one of the greatest films of the 2010s and the 21st century. The Writers Guild of America ranked the film's screenplay the 22nd greatest of the 21st century. Tarantino has stated Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is his favorite film of those he has made. There's a lot going on here, and you have to watch it 4 or 5 times to get into it. A novelization written by Tarantino, his debut as an author, was published in 2021. A sequel to the film, The Adventures of Cliff Booth, written by Tarantino and directed by David Fincher, with Pitt in the lead role, is currently in production. Now, this film, again, the sequel, as Brad Pitt and Timothy Olyphant reprise their respective roles as Cliff Booth and James Stacey, alongside Scott Conn, Elizabeth Debicki, Yaha Abdul Mateen II, Carlo Gugino, Holt McAnally, and J.B. Tadina. In April 2025, it was reported that Netflix acquired a script from Tarantino, and it was also revealed that Fincher had been hired to direct the film, with Pitt reprising his role as Cliff Booth, the possible wife killer, and the possible near killer Bruce Lee. The latter had approached Fincher to direct the film. After the title, The Continuing Adventures of Cliff Booth, was announced, casting began the following month, at which point the title was shortened to The Adventures of Cliff Booth. Casting ended in August, following the beginning of production in July in California. It will be Tarantino and Fincher's most expensive film, as the former revealed that the movie will have around a $200 million budget. Distributed by Netflix, no date for the release so far. Now, in July 2021, when asked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood character Cliff Booth's time during World War II, Quentin Tarantino stated, "Someday I'll do his adventure in the POW camp." Now, principal photography began in July in California, and expect to wrap by mid-January 2026. By early September, the production was seen recreating 1970-style storefronts around the Highland Theater in LA, neighborhood of Highland Park. Now, Scott Conn and Elizabeth Debicki joined the cast in May 2025, with the other actors joining in June. By then, the title again was shortened Adventures of Cliff Booth. Now, that Django Unchained did cost over $100 million, but due to Pitt and the other costs and stuff. So I'm not going to give away the plot to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's a lot going on. It's like 7 or 8 movies at once. It's a tribute to episodic TV of the 60s. There's a mini tribute to Steve McQueen, to the Mamas and the Papas, Sharon Tate. A very, very anti-Manson trope. A lot of shit going on. And Brad Pitt basically being a Western-style character in the middle of what he called hippie Hollywood. But like I said, there's a lot of shit going on here, and Tarantino's love of movies, love of TV, and love of, well, we all love Sharon Tate and her unforeseen murder, and who knows what she could have done. In her future, she was going to be that big. She would have been bigger, than Sally Field or Jessica Lange or all the Meryl Streep. All the roles that Meryl Streep has played in the 70s and 80s, Sharon Tate could have easily done those, but it just the way it goes, it was just unfortunate. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like Westerns, if you like Hollywood movies, you like true-to-life movies, yes, 60% of the movie is fictional, but there's a lot of parallels to different things. The Al Pacino character, especially doing spaghetti westerns in Spain, or DiCaprio second-guessing himself, and Booth playing the, and the Bruce Lee Cliff Booth anger event, whoever gets knocked down twice and 3 times, Bruce Lee going on these bullshit that, behind on lethal weapons, I would beat out of the Cassius Clay, like I said. He'd be staying on his pants. DiCaprio gave a good performance, but Brad Pitt is the lead, pretty well the lead in that movie. But he put him in Best Supporting because DiCaprio he pushed him as Best Actor. So if you want to watch it in Canada, it's on Amazon Prime, and you got to watch it more than once. There's a lot of shit going on, and a lot of key supporting actors the last 20 years play key parts, and you have to look twice. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It is a weird movie. It could have easily been 3.5 hours and I would watch the whole thing. There's a lot of shit going on. But I think the movie teaches us one thing. Always have a flamethrower handy. Have to see it for yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, that's a 5-star movie to me. I don't like it as much as Django Unchained or Inglourious Basterds. But like I said, that's 6 stars out of 5. But this is what a time to have Inglourious Basterds and Django Unchained and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood by Tarantino within 10 or 15 years. What a triplet. My God, ladies and gentlemen, what a great time we live in still for great movie makers like Tarantino. Like we say in the North Shore, keep your stick on the ice and keep your flamethrower gassed up from Irving's. Have a good one. Bye.